Hello there, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. Today I am doing the weekly tarot for the air signs. That's Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. This will be for Monday through Friday, so October 4th through October 8th. We'll take a look at the overall energies for the week, and then we'll take a look with the tarot to see if there's any more details about obstacles or advice from Spirit. And if you're resonating with the message or you're enjoying the content that I create, I would really appreciate it if you would consider sharing, or subscribing. Okay, so let's get into your reading. So, one of the interesting things is that we also have a new moon coming up. We have 3 planets still in retrograde. They will be going direct starting October 18th. All planets will be going direct. So we do have a lot of energy of things coming back from the past. So let's see. They are just flying out of here. I'm going to take one more. Okay, so let's see what we have on the bottom, truth be told. This is a little bit, you are air signs. It is about truth and, being truthful with others, but also being truthful with yourself. There's some situation this week that may require some deep knowing, which is your wisdom. The wisdom that you've learned from the past. It's this sense that something is going to come up this week that is going to make you need to tell your truth. Okay, I'm just not taking that anymore. I've been through this enough times and I'm not taking it anymore. Now, this popped out, and usually oracle cards I take upright. This one, I will have to say, it came out this way, and I get a sense that there's a good chance that this week you are going to tell somebody the truth about your feelings. And I say feelings because if you look, there's a window there, like the owl, which is, very wise, has this window to the heart, and the love is going out. Sharing their love and their wisdom with the world. And I get a sense that you may actually have a conversation with somebody this week that kind of closes out either a cycle or a relationship. Like you finally get the closure. And I'm not saying that it's going to be nasty. It's just, or, it could be a difficult conversation, but it's kind of like, okay, I'm telling you the truth. And if you don't like it, we just have to agree to go our own ways, So we'll take a look at that when we go to the tarot. Now, it's really interesting because we have some really good energy. Here is exchanging gifts. This is finding balance. What you put out into the world is what you're getting back. And this is very much the Libra energy. So, Libras especially, you're kind of showing up in this reading, but you could be also dealing with a Libra, and you're realizing that all you have to do is just listen to your heart, to your intuition, and you're going to get all the happiness you need out of this, out of life, whatever it is that you're wishing and dreaming for. That as long as you are putting out your truth, I feel like it has something to do with truth. As long as you're putting out your truth, that you're going to get truth back. As long as you put out your true, authentic love, you're going to get true, authentic love back. It's really interesting because when I was getting those cards, this card, the Unfinished Symphony, I feel like you're closing out perhaps a chapter in your life, a path where you maybe weren't completely authentically true to yourself, or perhaps to the other people around you. And I don't mean that as far as that you were manipulating, but you may have been kind of a people pleaser in the past. Kind of like, putting out more than you got back is the sense that I'm getting. And it's kind of like you're shutting that down. You're kind of, I really get a sense, especially with this new moon in Libra, it's about, no, I'm bringing my life back into balance. And the only way I can do that is to make sure that I expect, with this truth be told, I get a sense that you're expecting exactly what you put out. It's kind of like, I don't mean that from, it's really a sense of balance. Like, once again, I feel like for some of you, you may have been people pleasers. You may have given a lot more than you got in return, whether that was in a job, a relationship, just life in general. Like, you've been very giving, very generous. And it's kind of like, okay, I expect the people, situations that I'm involved in to also give back, really nice energy. Like, stepping into your power, understanding your own worth, and expecting other people to understand your worth too. Okay, so let's go to the tarot. We're going to take a look first at, this is your present energy, Hanged Man. It's about getting a different perspective on life. The Hanged Man, normally we walk around like this, upright, and the Hanged Man is hanging upside down so that they can see the world in a different perspective. And I get a sense that that's exactly what you're kind of doing with this unfinished symphony coming up upside down, coming out upside down. It's like the Hanged Man, right? Upside down. It's like you're getting a different perspective in order to find this wisdom. You're looking at the situation totally different. And once again, it could be, a job situation. It could be a family situation. It could be a romantic connection. It's kind of like the only way I can get my own true happiness is if I, if I expect, it's really just a sense of stepping into your own worth and really kind of like, okay, this is who I am. I'm putting it out there. This is who I am. You can accept me for who I am, or I have to move on. And it's once again, it's definitely kind of an air sign type of energy of knowing, and yet at the same time, it's kind of like coming from a point of view of loving yourself. That's the difference. In the past, you may have put others above yourself, and now you're turning, it's almost like you're turning your world upside down and you're putting yourself first. And there could be people in your life that are kind of like, what's going on? I used to be your top priority, now you're your own top priority. And you're kind of like, I want my life to be more balanced, so I'm putting myself first. Very much of a Queen of Cups energy. Okay, so let's see what, this is your area of resistance or your obstacle. Okay, so with the Ace of Cups, this can be love coming to you. So because you have been so putting your love out there, right? You haven't been able to attract somebody that's willing to give you the love that you are worth. And with the Ace of Cups, it's also about, this is your obstacle, your area of resistance. I feel like this is kind of like you putting all of your love, all of your joy, all of your light out there, right? And not getting anything back. It's almost like you've been over giving. You've been giving way too much. Now, you're going to be extremely successful and victorious in this. I really like this because this is very much, a Libra season type of energy, just bringing your life back into balance. Okay, so what is, this is your advice from Spirit. Take action, communicate. I think it is about communicating your truth, communicating what it is that you need. We can't expect people to know what we need unless we tell them, right? They can't read our minds. Sometimes we wish they could. But it is a sense of you having to, step into your energy, of putting it out there, of taking action, fighting for yourself, putting yourself as a top priority. And then it's almost like having to get up every morning and restate to the universe, okay, I'm putting myself first. This is my action today. I'm putting myself first. And I don't mean that in a selfish way. That, because there is about give and take. What you put out into the world is what you get. But if you put out to the world that others are more important than you, guess what? That's what you're going to get more of, right? Nobody's going to put you as a top priority if you never put yourself as a top priority. Okay, King of Pentacles is the outcome. I love this Because the King of Pentacles is somebody that has everything that they need and is generous. And I feel like right now you may not feel like you have everything you need. And that could be financially, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. Like the people, the situations in your life aren't having you feel balanced. And by taking action and putting yourself first, guess what? You finally get everything that it is that you need. And the nice thing about the King of Pentacles is that and I'm just saying that because it's a king, but gender doesn't matter. It's kind of like you have everything that you need and then you give to others. The King of Pentacles is very generous. But it's because the King of Pentacles has stepped into an energy of having more than he actually needs. Knight of Wands, taking a lot of action. Taking action on this. Oh my gosh. And then underneath that, taking action to find balance in your life. Really nice. For some of you, this is stepping onto a path where, a new path of you embracing your independence and freedom, of understanding, hey, the Nine of Pentacles is kind of like the single lady card, but the gender doesn't matter. The Nine of Pentacles loves being single, right? Because she knows she looks good. She's putting her time and energy into herself, into her financial stability. And I feel like for a lot of you, this is maybe one of the first times in your life where you're like, yeah, I'm putting myself first. I'm bringing myself into balance. And once I'm into balance, then guess what? I'll be generous with the rest of the world. But it's, the Ace of Cups is also kind of like you have to fill up your own cup before you can share with others. And I'm sure some of you are sitting there going, oh, well, this sounds very selfish. It's really not, because until you can love yourself, until you can understand your own worth, nobody else can see it or will, give you the love that you need. It's like you have to recognize it in yourself. For some of you, you could be trying to find, external love or appreciation from others instead of just really getting it from yourself. And I get a sense that you're going to find, we have the milk and honey, true love and joy in life because you're stepping into this energy of really experiencing love for yourself. Okay, so we have the Three of Swords on the bottom. I think that there was some disappointment, not now, but perhaps in the past, that has kind of put you on this spiritual path of having to go it alone, because we have the Nine of Pentacles, go it alone, and to have to walk this path by yourself so that you could learn how to appreciate and value yourself. Really, really nice energy. Okay, so let's go to the Hanged Man. I really like this because I feel like when you go through this, I think for a lot of you, it's going to be really difficult to step into this energy of recognizing your own light and then putting it out to the world. And obviously you've done it on some level, but I think this week with the new moon coming up, it's kind of like, yeah, it's time for me to really do what it is that I want to do, like to put myself first. Okay, so Hanged Man, we have the High Priestess, King of Wands, Eight of Wands. This is just incredible. Justice on the bottom, really getting this new perspective that you want balance in your life and listening to your intuition, getting inspired, knowing that you can't have balance in your life until it's the scales, right? And I get the sense, once again, that you've been trying to please other people and you keep putting your love and attention into the side of the scale that represents perhaps other people or your job or another relationship or something like that. Like you're putting a lot into this scale and expecting, okay, that others will put into this scale. And all of a sudden you're realizing, hey, this thing is lopsided. Like I'm putting all of this into here, but nobody's filling up this side of the scale for me, right? And you get this new kind of like inspiration, this new perspective of life that, hey, wait a minute, nobody's going to fill this up except me. Like I have to fill this up. And I only have so much time and energy. If I keep putting it over into the side of the scale that represents everybody else in my life, then guess what? This side of the scale is never going to get filled up. So I have to put some time and energy on this side. I have to bring these into balance. And with the the High Priestess and the King of Wands, it's like getting really inspired. King of Wands is kind of like this energy of, yeah, now I know the direction I'm going in, and I'm going to go in that direction. Truly taking action to go in this direction of, trying to find this balance in your life. I really love this. It's just a sense of coming into balance. And you really can't make huge progress in your life until you are balanced. When we're really busy trying to fill the scale, the side of the scale that represents everybody else, when we're so busy doing that, it's kind of like we're really not making progress. We may be helping other people make progress, but we're not making any progress. Okay, Ace of Cups. Oh my goodness. Ace of Pentacles on the bottom. Some kind of offer coming in. Queen of Pentacles, Two of Cups. Okay. For some of you, I do think that there could be a relationship that's coming into balance, and it could even be a relationship that has ended. Or it could be that you're in a connection and really bringing it into balance. With the Two of Cups, it's a true soul connection. It doesn't have to be romantic, but it could be. And it's about this soul connection is what kind of like almost triggers you into finding this balance. It's kind of like it brings something up inside of you, and you're kind of like, oh, I can't take this anymore. Because look at this. We have the Tower. There's some moment this week or around the new moon where you're just kind of like, get this epiphany. It's kind of like, I cannot keep overgiving in this situation. And you may be trying to overgive in this situation because we have the 9 and the 10 of Cups here. Like this was your hopes and dreams. And that's why I kind of almost feel like this is either a career path or job that you were just really passionate about. And that could be why you overgave to it. You really wanted it to work, right? Or it could be a romantic connection that you were just kind of like overly giving to because it was kind of like, I really want this to work. And I have a sense that it came crashing down at some point. Or it could be that you realize that you're just over giving this. It could be an epiphany where you've realized that you're over giving to this, right? Because you want it so bad that you were just like so over giving to it that you didn't have anything left for yourself. And you weren't really getting anything from this relationship. So I feel like this week, it's like you're going to have some moment. You could be hearing from this person because we have truth be told. They could be reaching out to you, and then you have this conversation about, hey, listen, guess what? I can't be in a relationship where I'm giving all the time and I'm not getting anything in the return. There's a lot of love in this situation. Whether it's a career that you've really loved or thought you wanted, or a relationship. This person is coming in and they want to offer love. They want a fresh start in love. And I'm not saying that you're not going to reunite with this person. I really get a sense that you are going to try to either bring this situation into balance, or for some of you, You may be saying, no, it's time to put this to rest. It's kind of like this is a situation that comes up, a conversation that you may have, because we did have the Eight of Wands. Like there's some communication, and it's a sense of, can we bring this into balance? Can we make me also a priority in this situation or this relationship, instead of it all being about you or being about whatever, like it was truly unbalanced. Can we bring this into balance or not? Because if we can't, it's kind of like you're ready to walk away. You're ready to find somebody that is willing to work with you. Really intense energy. And with your advice, it's the Eight of Wands. I really feel like it's about a need for you to speak your truth. When this situation, whether it's work or a romantic connection, you need to speak your truth. It's almost as if you need to get really clear about your truth. There could be a little, I'm getting a message that there could be a little situation that comes up beforehand, before this comes in. So, say you're shopping or something. Let's say you're shopping. I know we don't go to stores very often anymore, but let's say you're shopping, okay? And, the clerk rings it up, and one of your items was supposed to be 20% off, and it didn't ring up that way. And then there's a discussion. It's, it's a situation where maybe you have to get really strong and say, no, there was a sign that said that was 20% off, and I want my 20% off. It's like, okay, I know what my truth is, and I want this to be corrected, right? I want to bring this into balance. And it's almost like you have some little situation like that on your path before this bigger one comes in. It's almost like to give you your confidence. I get the sense that there's going to be a little situation where you have to speak your truth. You have to stand up for yourself to, bring a smaller situation into balance, so that you get the confidence to come into this a situation. It's really nice. It's kind of like your spirit guides and angels are kind of like, okay, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, the air signs, they just need a little practice round. And it's like, okay, you're going to get this practice round so that you can handle this situation. Oh my goodness, you have a very big decision coming up. Okay, the star is here. The message I'm getting is that you need to stay in your light. Recognize your own light. Recognize who you are and stay true to you. When this situation comes in, I feel like you're going to get some type of communication from this person. Or they could, because we have the Tower moment, they could just basically show up. I think this is kind of like a big moment. It's not a little moment. I think it's a big moment. And I do feel like they're going to want to start afresh with you. They're going to come in with the Ace of Cups. They're going to want to start afresh with you, and you are going to have to decide. Now, the truth of the matter is, you have the Ace of Swords here. This is kind of like the Crossroads card. Like you're going to have to make a decision. You think that the blindfold, you're like, trying to make a decision in the dark. And the message that I'm getting is that you can take off the blindfold. Take the blindfold off. Look at this from the air sign that you are, right? Look at this logically. Don't look at this just from the heart. Look at this logically. And really look at it from the sense of what is going to bring you into balance. Because I get a sense that in the past, whenever you were dealing with this person or this situation, you were allowing your love, okay, for this person or this situation almost to blind you from the truth. And I get the sense that it is, you have to speak your truth. this week, you are going to have to speak your truth. And once again, I get this sense you're going to have, oh my goodness, you're going to have some type of situation. I really think you're going to have a practice round. So when you get the practice round, you might be like, oh, well, that was the big conversation. No, there's a bigger conversation. You're going to have the practice round, and you may just only have the practice round this week. And then, sometime I would say before October 18th, because October 18th, the planets go direct. This is going to happen during retrograde season, where somebody comes back. Yeah, somebody wants a second chance, the Judgment card. I'm also getting a sense that it's you awakening to the fact that you have to step in who you are. Look at this, putting your love and your energy into a new chapter, whether this is by yourself or with this person. If you can't bring this situation into balance, it's like you're ready to go alone. You're going to have victory. And the reason you're going to have victory is because you're confident. This has been put on your path at this time for a specific reason. I feel like for some of you, what am I doing? For some of you, I feel like the last couple of weeks, you may have had these situations on your path where it's just one thing after another, and it's almost like helping you to build your spine. And your backbone, it's kind of like, okay, I'm just tired of this. I'm tired of, you could have had people on your path, friends or family members, like you've made plans and then they've canceled. And you're kind of like, oh my gosh, like, or I don't know, people at work, like not doing their share, just people around you not being balanced. And you're, not giving you what you deserve. And it's kind of like, we all have moments where, everything's not going to always be in balance, but it's kind of like, you're kind of like, no, it's got to be balanced now. I'm not putting up with this anymore. And it's kind of like you've grown a real backbone in like the last couple of weeks. It's really nice, but it was in preparation. Have you ever taken a look at how things have played out in your life, and then you're kind of like, oh my gosh, okay, that was on my path because then it helped me to be stronger when this came on my path. Well, it's kind of like that in this situation. Okay, yes, Knight of Pentacles. This has taken a while. I feel like this deep knowing, this wisdom that you have learned from this lesson has taken a while, but it is bringing you into such a great energy. This King of Pentacles. You've been kind of confused about what direction to go in. Perhaps kind of holding on to your fears and everything. Your fears of, well, will I have financial stability? Will I have love in my life? Will I find another job that I love? Like kind of really holding on to some of your fears, that are coming into play this week, this Tower moment. But you're moving on from that. You're moving on from your fears. You're leaving your fears, your confusion behind. And you're like, you know what? I can't have peace in my life when I'm trying to make everybody happy and I'm not happy. I'm ready to put everything into making me happy and finding balance in my own life. I really like this energy. It's I'm not going to say it's an energy of peace at this time. I feel like some of you are kind of like kind of like, okay, it's okay. I just heard, yeah, you have your, I feel like you either have your, is it gander or dander? Like your dander's up. It's, I don't know. It's kind of like, yeah, just not taking it anymore. That's the energy I have. Okay, I am going to take two cards because one fell out and then I was called to pull this one. So we'll take this. This is the one that fell out. This is your creativity oracle card. Obstacles. Do not dwell on how you are going to surmount obstacles presently in your way. Yep. I think for some of you, if it's like a job situation and you're thinking about, quitting your job, you're kind of like, how am I going to get another job? It's like, okay, don't worry about the obstacles. Stay in the feeling of, I am going to find balance for myself in my life. And then the other one is direction. Switch gears, reboot, and try a new and different direction. Yeah, we definitely have this Fool energy, right? It's about, recognizing your worth and then going for it. It's like, I am ready to, jump off the cliff, not totally metaphorically. Don't go jumping off a cliff, but it's that, yeah, I'm ready to take the risk. What do I have to lose? Because right now, I feel like you're not extremely happy. You were trying to make something work because you thought it was going to make you happy, and now you're realizing this is only exhausting me. I need something that isn't quite so exhausting. Okay, so let's pull an angel message to finish this out. And it says, inner child, nurture your inner child and begin to express the awesome beauty you hold within you. Telling your truth, right? We live in a world where a formula exists for everything, yet love and creativity have no formula. They do not need to be studied, simply nurtured. Regularly set aside some time to just play. And I think that's really good advice because, being an air sign, a lot of times you can get stuck up in your head, but it's about coming back to who you truly are, seeing and recognizing your gifts and talents, and stepping into that energy and just staying true to it. Really nice energy. Well, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, I've really enjoyed doing this reading, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you resonated with it, I would really appreciate it if you would consider like, sharing, or subscribing. And I do wish you much love and light in this situation and all your situations. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.